Hi, I am a few days late with this month's energy report. Things have been just so chaotic in my office, in my family, in my home, that I'm only now having a chance to record what October has in store for us. Well, this month is a big one. We've been waiting for it. It's an important one. Everywhere you turn, people are telling us that it is a very big energy. We have three key messages as we go through October. And the first one really is about balance. We're being asked to be very critically aware of where our balance and imbalance is this month. It reminds us that it is a conscious choice, and we're being asked to be very aware of that. The second thing is all about sabotage, and October is asking us once and for all, can we stop whatever it is that is sabotaging us? Can we get it over and done with? Can we sort it out, release it, heal it, fix it, put it to one side so that we are through our sabotage cycle? Why? Because as we move towards the middle of this month, we're being prepared for a very auspicious period. And we need to make sure that A, we are in balance, and B, we have stopped our sabotaging cycle so that we're able to receive whatever this period has in store for us. So three very big themes, and I'll explain them as I go along. So here we are, and we're in the northern hemisphere, and we are getting ready for winter. I have to tell you today, as I'm recording this, it's freezing cold outside. So we're not thinking that autumn has hit us. We're thinking we're going straight into winter. If you're in the northern hemisphere and you're watching this, you know that this is a cycle change. This is a change of energy. You're watching as the leaves are turning into the most incredible, beautiful colors as we are getting ready for fall, we're getting ready for autumn, and we are in a space where the nights are getting colder and darker, the days are getting shorter, winter is on the way. Now, you guys in the southern hemisphere you're having a different experience. You're getting ready for spring, you're getting ready for summer, the days are getting longer and they're getting warmer, and it's just also a very glorious change of season. Wherever you are in the world, I think you will agree with me, this year has been a hard one. It's been a very long, very hard energy. And we have often felt like we're carrying an enormous load on our shoulders, like we are carrying everything and pushing relentlessly all the time, and it's just been pretty heavy. Here we are, we're going into the last quarter of 2019, and many of us are saying, can we please have a break? Can we please have some nature support? Can we please have a break from all of this relentless heaviness? Now, here's some good news for you, is that October brings us such an energy. And I love this picture that we have that's on the screen where the sunlight is kissing the water and it brings in this golden dancing energy, and you can see the flow is beginning to return, because that really is one of the key messages that we have this month. The flow, the dynamism, the evolution, the movement, the nature support is coming back. So if you've been feeling like you've been working like a dog, and it's been a long, hard slog, this is an energy that's going to make you just breathe a little bit deeper, because the flow is returning, the evolution, the movement is returning. There is this energy of well-being. Now, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's easy for you because, of course, the sun is heating up the days. It's bikini weather. It is all about taking your clothes off and healthy eating and all of this. So it's easier to be in a space of vitality and health. So for us in the northern hemisphere, we have to work a little bit harder at it. But October brings us this energy that says, let's get back into balance in terms of that body, in terms of our well-being, so that we can receive health and vitality. Abundance. Wow, what a glorious message. Good fortune, affluence is on the way. Isn't that just such a very, very powerfully positive message? And then is the removal of obstacles and protection. And with the removal of obstacles, so if doors have been shut, if they've been half shut, if you've been feeling like you're standing knocking on doors forever, there is this energy that the delay is shifting out of our space and those doors are now opening. So you can look and see what's on the screen there. These are very, very powerful energies, incredibly inspiring, very, very motivating, exceptionally motivating. And if you can hold this as we go through the first couple of weeks, that we are being asked to be aware of conscious balance. We're being asked to be aware of where we're in balance and where we're not in balance. And for me, I need to be critically aware of this one as well, because things are just so very busy and chaotic and so much work. And just like you finish one day and you get up the next day and there's another mountain of work that needs to be done. And in those kind of periods, it's very easy to be pulled off balance, in terms of just got to get the work done. So there's no time to eat properly. There's no time for exercise. There's no time for downtime. There's no time for meditation. When we're in that space, how quickly we can fall out of balance. And so we are being asked to be critically, consciously aware of where we are in balance and where we are completely out of balance. No matter what is happening around us, no matter what the situation, what the chaos, what the circumstance, what our environment, that we are able to be in a space of self-balance. It is one of the most important themes as we go through this month, is to be in the space of absolute balance and to be aware that we're the ones that bring balance to our lives. So often we sit there and we say, I can't have balance until this is finished, or when that deadline's over, or when we move, or when that happens, or when this happens, or whatever. And this conscious balance theme reminds us, no matter where you are, no matter what is happening, balance is a choice. And balance is self-moderated action. It is not something that gets given to us. It's not something that we wait for and that we kind of achieve. Balance is something that we have to consciously say, where am I in balance? Where am I out of balance? What do I need to do so I bring myself into this space? It requires a level of training. It requires a level of discipline. It requires repetitive action. It requires that habit of balance. And it is just such an important thing, because I think so many times we wait for things to happen or stop happening. So as I say, the deadline being finished, or something happening on the outside, so now we can be balanced. This is such a critical point, that no matter where we are, no matter what's happening, that we put our balance back in our lives. Now, if for those of you who follow the numerology, this is what October actually stands for. In October's energy is the 10th month. So what we do is we take that 10 and we write it as a 10-1. 1 plus 0 gives us a 1. So we write October as a 10-1 and we add it to the energy of 2019. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 gives me the 12. 1 plus 2 gives me a 3. So we write the energy of 2019 as a 12-3. And what we do is we add up the 1 and the 3, and of course that gives us a 4. In numerology, that energy of the 4 is the energy of balance. It's the energy of solid foundations. It's the energy that says, let's get really, really practical so that we can put in our own borders and boundaries. It's about being in a space where we look at what's happening outside and practically, and with absolute awareness, we decide what needs to be done. This energy that we have as we go through October is about putting ideas into form. And so this energy of the 4, we often find that people who resonate with the 4 energy have got this ability to take ideas out of the head or out of the concept and put it into structural form. And so a builder would be a very typical example. Engineer would be a very good example. Being able to take something that doesn't exist only in concept or imagination and putting it into concrete form. It is an energy that is all about hard work. You're going to hear that theme again and again over the next couple of minutes. Getting things done. Our four energies are exceptionally productive. They like to get down and get things done. And it's cautious. It's not a risk taker. It's realistic. It's a very traditional way of thinking. It's logical. It's sequential, but it's incredibly constructive. What our fours like is they like to see that they are doing the work, and they like to see the results of their labor. What will frustrate a four more than anything is just repetitive work that just doesn't have any end in sight, and they cannot see the reward of their labor. So you can see that this energy of the four is very hardworking. It's determined. It is very, very powerful about using its skill, using its knowledge, and using what it knows to be true. This is that energy of the four. So when I say to you that October resonates with the four energy, these are the elements that we need to be very aware of. We're being asked to work hard. We're being asked to see what it is that needs to be done. Let's get practical. Let's get constructive. Let's be super logical. Let's be sequential. Let's be in a space where we take all those ideas that have been teeming through our heads and let's put them into solid form. Let's dig the foundations and make them happen. Our four energy, these are the people who have skills, they have talent, they have absolute ability, they have knowledge. And they were able to combine that with experience, with their training, with their growth over the years to make absolute magic. And so I want you to remember these energies as we go through this month, because we are being asked for balance. Absolutely. We're being asked to now sit down and really put our work, our backbone, and get things done. You know, there are times that we've spoken this year that it's time to create, it's time to dream, it's time to envisage, it's time to have that castle in the air and see all the possibilities and all the potentials. And this month is when we are being asked to do the work that it takes to bring that idea, bring that dream, to take it out of concept and to bring it into reality, to stop talking about it, stop dreaming about it, stop imagining about it, stop doodling about it, and to actually now knuckle down and do the work. How much work? As much as it takes. This is a time where we're being asked to take that creative plan and develop the strategy, and then take that strategy and develop the action plan, and that action plan and develop your to-do list, and then get out there and burn the midnight oil, pull the plow, do the work that needs to be done, and make it happen. This is an energy that we are asked to do a lot of work. Stop talking about it, stop thinking about it, and make it happen. And on that same token, if you have worked with me, perhaps I might have spoken about the archetype of the workhorse. This is an energy that says one foot in front of the other. Now, if you look at that picture that's on the screen, you'll see my horse has actually got blinkers. And I searched for that picture because this month asks us, put on your blinkers. Stop looking at what he's doing or she's doing, or they're copying, or they're following, or they're doing something completely different. Stop looking for other people for how am I doing, or their approval, or what they're doing. Stop being distracted by so much noise out there, and stop looking backwards. Don't look to the side. Just put on your blinkers and do the work. It is about being very sequential, very logical, very, very coherent, and one foot in front of the other, and pulling that plow. You know, I think it's such an important message, because so often we look, oh, she's doing better than me, and he's doing this, and they tried that, and I think that that's what they're doing. And October reminds us that what you see other people do tends to be highly, highly curated. If you look at other people on social media and you're filled with envy or you're filled with insecurity, one of the things you need to remember is that generally what gets put onto social media has been highly curated and has been specifically manipulated to its very best light. Don't compare yourself with what other people are saying or not doing or not saying on social media. Put on those blinkers, do the work, move forward, and keep moving forward, because that's the most powerful thing that we can do this month. For those of you who follow astrology, I always find it a very powerful correlation to see what's happening on the astrology and how it matches with numerology and vice versa. So this is where we are at the moment. And I do Vedic astrology, as you know, so I follow Jyotish. And if you can see there, the sun and the moon, sun and the Mars is right now is in Virgo, it's in Kanya, and Mercury and Venus right now is in Tula, which is Libra. And so I wanted to have a little bit about what that is. And then as we head into the 19th, what we've got is Jupiter is heading into its own house. So let's have a quick look and see what that's about. So the Mars and Sun in Virgo, what it does. I want you to think of Mars as a very, very strategic thinker. Now it is sitting in critical thinking Virgo. It has got this energy in Virgo where our Virgoans are very, very able to think and think clearly. They've got their brain like a filing cabinet. They know what happened when. And when we team that absolute knowledge with that energy of the strategic mind, can you just picture the magic that happens? We have critical thinking, we have strategic thinking, we have coherence now, we have responsibility, we have accountability, rule following, making sure it's done the right way, using past experiences to define this current experience, hardworking, there's that word again, fastidious. This is a very, very powerful time to actually be very, very strategic. It's about sitting there and saying, what do I know? How do I use my knowledge? How do I use my skills? How do I use what it is that I have to my very best benefit? Let me do what is right. Let me be accountable. Let me be responsible. When we've got Mars sitting in Virgo, that motivation is there to get moving. It's not about procrastinating or putting it off for tomorrow. It's about trying to do too many things all at the same time. So if there is one thing that Mars needs to be aware of in this space is follow the strategy. Don't try to put everything on your plate all at the same time. You know, remember, it's a buffet. You can keep going back and you can keep putting things on your plate. Don't load up your plate all at the same time. Step by step by step. Now, when we add that energy into this, come on, let's knuckle down and get things done, it's a very powerful energy because we've got the hard working, but now we've got the strategy. We've got the ability to burn the midnight oil, but now we've got the strategy so that we're able to do it coherently. And we've got that responsibility and we've got that accountability. Very, very powerful energy, glorious energy to get things done. So we then have Venus and Mercury sitting in Tula. Tula is Libra. So we now have Venus and Mercury sitting in Libra. First of all, Venus owns Libra. So that's a very nice energy. And we know that it's fair-minded, it's just, it's right, all about what is right, the laws, the rules. It's all about balance and harmony. There's that word again. Following the principles, doing what is logical, doing what is rational, doing what is coherent. Now, that is also a message that we're seeing in this that we're being asked to do. We're being asked to be very, very balanced. We're being asked to be coherent. We're being asked to be in a space where we figure out what stops us from moving forward, what stops us from stepping forward, and to bring things back into balance. In other words, clear out that sabotage, clear out what doesn't work, and to bring things into exquisite balance so that we can move forward. This, because we've got Venus and Mercury in Libra, it helps us to see both sides of the story. So now we are able to move out of being in a space of blame and shame to understanding and right action. And because we've got this energy moving in here, now we start seeing things take their right shape, take their right perspective, being in a space of discernment of what it is that I need to do. And so think now, we've got the hard-working energy, we've got that very, very powerful strategic energy, we've got this energy of balance that's echoed through that says, come on, let's get back to balance and harmony. Let's do what is right. Let's be fair, let's be just, and let's follow the principles of rationality and do what is right. You can see how all of this is just echoing each other, which makes it a very exquisite energy. But we go one step further. Jupiter goes into its own sign on the 19th. So from now until we get to the 18th, balance, 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 strategy, hard work, what needs to be done, where do we sabotage ourselves, and let's just be in a space of awareness because we want to get ready for this period of the 19th. Jupiter goes into its own sign on the 19th, and Jupiter is all about expansion. It's all about flowing over its borders. It's all about abundance, all about abundance. So it's a very, very powerful energy. But here's the other thing. Venus, which is in its own sign, moves into the 16th nakshatra, which is the lunar mansion, on the 19th at the same time, which is ruled by Jupiter. So now we have a Venus-Jupiter dance, and I'm going to speak more about that as we get closer to the 19th. But we have this Venus-Jupiter dance that is happening. And what does Venus stand for? Well, she's abundant, and she's sensual, and she's materialistic, and she's all about understanding the senses and about affluence and about what's on show. So as Jupiter moves into that energy of expansion, and Venus moves into the 16th lunar mansion, which is owned by Jupiter, now we have expansion. Now we have that bubbling over. Now we have that Mahalakshmi energy that starts to bubble over. It really is a very, very powerful energy, and it pushes us into a space that says, what am I going to choose? And this is why sabotage is such an important message this month. What am I going to choose? Am I going to choose success or am I going to choose failure? And this is why I need to be in a space for the first part of this month where I recognize and I understand and I sort out once and for all my story around sabotage, my story around abundance, my story around receiving, my story around keep doing the same cycle over and over and over again. Because on the 18th, we are going to be standing there with an opportunity to choose between success and failure. Now, if we don't sort out our sabotage cycle, by default, we end up choosing what we've always done before. And this is why now apply the principle. What's in balance? What's out of balance? What am I sabotaging? Where do I need to heal? Where does the work need to be done? What is it that I need to apply myself on so that when we stand on the 18th of October, that I am ready to walk away from past habits, past sabotages, past roads, and I'm able to say, yes, I am ready. I am so ready for that energy of abundance, because from the 18th to the 28th of October, this is the period that everybody's telling you it's auspicious, it's good fortune, it's wonderful, it's powerful. Why? Because Venus in the 16th nakshatra, which is owned by Jupiter, which is in its own sign. It's gorgeous. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful, beautiful dance. We want to be ready because it promotes the abundance of wealth, money, power, beauty, sensuality on every level. On every level. So there's a lot of work and a lot of awareness that we need to be aware of there. So from now until we get to the full moon on the 15th, so from now, when you hear this, until we get to the full moon on the 15th, stop dreaming, stop envisaging, stop talking about it and using all your energy on talking about it. Knuckle down and get things done. Get the work done. So sit there and very critically, what should I be doing? What's the strategy? What's the action plan? What's my to-do list? And get things done. Be very, very clear of your own sabotage story and let it go. And if you need help with getting rid of your sabotage story, I do some really powerful work about releasing that sabotage. And once you recognize your sabotage story, you will be profoundly amazed at the difference it makes in your life. So if you need to, get hold of me. Because we are being asked to release, rescript, reframe, and restart from now until the 15th. So we've got a few days to do this. And then to be in a space from the 18th to the 28th of October, it's a 10-day period. Receive. Now, so many of us have a block against receiving. We don't think we do, but we do. And if you want to be in a space that says, what is my sabotage around receiving as well? Because this, when we have this Venus Jupiter dance happening, Shukra Guru dance happening, you want to be in a space where you are just watching the dance and you're invited to dance. Guru is the bridegroom, Shukra is the bride. And as these two come together, it's like being invited to the most beautiful wedding. And you can see this most glorious, gorgeous wedding that is unfolding. And it is just a display of abundance and beauty and joy. This is what's happening 18th to the 28th of October. The pundits all over the world are telling us to get ready for it. People, astrologers are telling you to get ready for it. I'm telling you to get ready for it. 18th to the 28th of October. Let's be in a space where we're invited to the wedding and we can just dance at this glorious wedding dance of Guru Shukra, Venus and Jupiter, and we are just ready to receive. So it's a very, very powerful message this month. It's a glorious message this month. But for the first 2 weeks of it, we've got a lot of hard work to do. So I hope that this message has inspired you. I hope that you found benefit out of it. And I hope it's going to get you burning some midnight oil, because, you know, we can dream as much as we like. We can talk about it as much as we like. But until we actually do the work, it hasn't got a hope in hell of materializing. So let's put our shoulder to the plow. Let's put our blinkers on. Let's do the work from now until the 15th. And then from that full moon, just get ready, because the wedding dance is going to happen between Guru and Shukra, and it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be fabulous. Okay. Have a wonderful, wonderful month ahead. I will be back with you soon. And thank you so much for watching. And if you want to know how all of this is going to impact you in your journey, get hold of me. We'll see how this all translates into your personal story. But until I speak to you next time, have an inspiring, motivating, hardworking, results orientated month. See you soon. Bye for now.